The NFL is competing with the Olympics to try and offend as many people as possible, and I can't tell who's winning.
Most people don't understand the lyrics because you're speaking it in what they deem to be a foreign language. That is a legitimate point that the president made. That part.
He's right.
That doesn't mean they had a problem with it.
They couldn't understand the music.
His statement that most people didn't understand anything he was saying.
And lucky for us, the athletes at the Olympics are speaking English.
Yeah, it's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration.
Really?
It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and
what does this
try
have
and
to do with
fight
sports?
for our human rights.
Human
And
rights?
now, especially, it's not just affecting the queer community, but many other communities. And I think that we are able to support each other in a way that
are you serious?
We didn't have to before, and because of that, it's made us a lot stronger.
So at the Olympics, where American athletes from the most prosperous country on earth compete with representatives of despotic regimes, America is the place where nobody has any human rights.
Most of the athletes, they're incredible, they're patriotic, they're so grateful to be there, and we're happy to have them there representing our country. But then you have someone like Amber Glenn who talks like this with vocal fry, and she's out there in Milan trashing our country, saying it's so hard for the queer community. First off, sweetie, as a gay man living in America, it's never been a better time, okay? We have equal rights, the border is secure, crime is coming down, the economy's going up, the S&P 500. I don't know about you, but what rights have you lost? All they know is victimhood. And let me also just say, I know some folks are going to try to cancel me for this. I don't want to see this new ugly rainbow pride flag at the Olympics, okay? It's the American flag or nothing else. And maybe Amber Glenn and some of these female athletes who want to trash the Trump administration and trash our country, they should just show some gratitude, right? He has protected the integrity of women's sports. He came in, one of his first things he ever did in office was sign an executive order to protect women athletes. But y'all don't want to say anything about that.
Meanwhile, the NFL's still not sure how they put together the most offensive halftime show ever. Listen
when you
to
guys
this.
chose Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl, there was some blowback from that. I wonder what you make of that situation and what went into the decision to choose Bad Bunny as your Super Bowl halftime performer.
Great question.
He's one of the leading and most popular entertainers in the world. That's what we try to achieve.
Look at how nervous he is.
It's an important stage for us. It's an important element to the entertainment value.
It's important. It's important. It's careful.
Thought through.
Carefully thought through.
I would say that I'm not sure we've ever selected an artist where we didn't have some blowback or criticism.
Oh yeah, so it's always
pretty
blowback.
hard to do when you have literally hundreds of millions of people that are watching. But we're confident it's going to be a great show.
It sounds like he's repeating the reasons he was given for why they had to choose the performer that they chose. But not to be outdone, our Olympic athletes can't stand representing our country.
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now.
Mixed emotions?
It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on
it's
that
hard.
I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it
like
aligns
what?
with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I just kind of want to do it for my friends and my family and the people that support me getting here.
not for the country that paid for you to go or educated you and protected you. Oh no. But somebody might have gotten to this guy. Now he says, there is so much that is great about America, but there are always things that could be better. One of the many things that makes this country so amazing is that we have the right and freedom to point that out. The best part of the Olympics is that it brings people together while these athletes spew nothing but divisiveness about our country, when we would all not care whatsoever about what divides us if people would just get up there and say, hey, we're all different. That's what makes us great. Go USA. That's all these athletes have to say, but they won't say it.
Because of that, it's made us a lot stronger. I hope I can use my platform and my voice throughout these games to try and encourage people to stay strong in these hard times.
These aren't athletes anymore. These are self-help motivational influencers that just happen to wear figure skates or skis, and they are here to use their platform to tell you what to think.
So the Bad Bunny performance ended at the Super Bowl halftime show, and I didn't understand a thing he said. Neither did the rest of America. And the left got their 30 minutes of defiance to this administration.
That's what this was.
But guess what hasn't changed? Donald Trump's still your president, and ICE is still out there deporting people.
Wow.
Have a nice day.
But that's what this is about. This is about defiance. This is about making it look like everyday, regular American athletes and superstars and movie stars who are just like me and you and live on Main Street and shop at the local grocery store are outraged by President Trump. It's crazy that this has infested every sporting event we can watch now.
Represent the U.S. This is being able to represent the U.S. at this stage in the Olympics is one of the greatest honors that I've ever had. So
thank you.
I'm truly grateful to be here representing the red, white, and blue.
Right.
I think it kind of means the world. It's really like a whirlwind of emotions. Flying here this morning, hanging out in the village all day, and then getting fitted for our clothes, and just meeting athletes, and then coming here and practicing. And now it's all like, oh my gosh, like day one's over. Like it's kind of crazy. So,
does anyone care what his political beliefs are? Does anybody care who he voted for? No, he's put those things aside to just say that it's an honor to be at the Olympics representing America, something a whole bunch of people tried out for the opportunity to do, and only a very small number of people were selected to do.
I want to make sure I understand. You worked your ass off since you were born to get really, really good at a sport. You made it to the Olympics team, not even an alternate. You made it. You get on a plane, go overseas to a strange foreign land, sit down, and instead of talking about your sport, you decide you're going to talk about and take questions about how much you can't stand the country.
Right.
Whose flag you're wearing on your chest.
Right.
What the is wrong with you? You shouldn't be there. Somebody who loves the country should be there, even if they suck at the sport and won't even get in the top 10. They should be there waving the American flag, proud of where they're from. You think you're better off in Italy? Have you seen the history of Italy?
Yeah.
And by the way, what are you complaining about in the United States? What specifically do you think you know? Because I'm here to tell you, you don't know what you think you know. So instead of going there and representing my family and me and our flag of this country, you're representing your own lunacy.
Right.
You're representing your own unintelligentness.
Thank you.
Which isn't a word. You're representing your own delusion about what you think is going on in the country that gave you all this opportunity.
Right. You have to have a twisted view of this country to be an Olympic athlete or to be a Super Bowl performer and to be in America with all of the freedoms and things that we have that are protected by law enforcement and by our military and by certain presidents much more than others, and to do it while you've got an iPhone using the internet to espouse viewpoints that are only true inside your phone and in this little bubble that you've trapped yourself in. It's a delusion. But I guess if you think you're part of some resistance movement and you think that your opportunity to be at the Olympics on behalf of America is so that you can save America from itself, you're gonna say stuff like this.
I know that a lot of people say you're just an athlete, like stick to your job, shut up about politics, but politics affect us all. It is something that I will not just be quiet about because it is something that affects us in our everyday lives. So, of course, there are things that I disagree with, but as a community, we are strong and we support each other.
How does ICE deporting people in the country illegally have a negative effect on her life? That's a question that I have. And the way that it affects people negatively is if they see the president doing it and then they see polling like this.
Deport all undocumented immigrants. Voters favoring the government trying to deport all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. Compared to where we are in 2025, 56%, the majority. The American people have come a long way on this issue.
We sure have, and the new polls are even worse if you want an open border.
It's because they sort of get at the underlying feelings that people have. So this is about as blunt a question as you can get. Deport all immigrants here illegally. I will note the ABC News poll asked about undocumented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deport all immigrants who are here illegally. 55% of the New York Times. Marquette, 64%. CBS News, 57%. ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers, because
unless you're an athlete on television and think that your platform gives you the right to stomp on our country.
There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of violence.
Okay.
It can be tough to reconcile that when you're also competing for medals in an Olympic event.
What do you mean reconcile?
I actually have some thoughts. I can read something that I had written, if you guys don't mind.
Oh, please.
So last night,
bless us with
at
this.
the opening ceremonies, Charlize Theron, she had quoted Nelson Mandela. And I don't have the quote off the top of my mind because I'm not brilliant. Peace is not just the absence of conflict. Peace is the creation of an environment where we can all flourish, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, gender, class, caste, or any other social markers of difference.
No one disagrees with that.
For me, as this relates to the Olympics, I'm really hoping to show up and represent my own values of inclusivity, values of diversity.
And America doesn't represent those values, according to these people, even though they are here precisely because of the inclusivity and freedom all Americans enjoy. Americans don't care what your beliefs are. We want to see people do the thing that makes them great. We don't want to watch the Olympics or watch the NFL to have someone attack our belief system and bring politics into everything. Do politics affect all of us? Yeah, they do, but that's kind of why people want to watch sports sometimes. And these athletes are ruining it.
Kindness and sharing.
Sharing.
Tenacity, work ethic, showing up with my team every single day, like I said before, and the values that we bring and put out on the mountain and on the hill every single day. I'm hoping to represent those who have been supporting me this entire time. And I'm really thankful to be here.
Are you? Really? Are any of these people thankful to be there? It sounds like they wish they were competing for another country, but can't for some reason because that other country already has a team.
Doing campaign stuff today, heading back to the house, stopped at this gas station, and I'll let you know something that really irritates me pretty bad. Looking at what's going on right now with the Olympics, we've got people on Team USA who are talking about how they're not sure that they can wear the American flag or support the uniform that they wear at Team USA.
I know.
So I got a suggestion.
Take it off.
You got a bunch of elitist crybabies with a silver spoon in their mouth, out athletes performing on behalf of the United States of America. They're softer than a Tootsie Roll cupcake. If you have a problem with the United States of America and wearing that uniform and representing us on the world stage, take off the uniform, move to Iran, stay in Iran, stay where you're at in Italy. Don't really care where you stay. Just don't come back here. We literally have people all over the world trying to cross our borders illegally. They're knocking down our doors to get in this country because of all of the opportunities that we offer, that you were born into, that you have.
And that's the crazy thing about this. We've got these people, these college-educated athletes who are out there telling us how America's wrong and how America's evil and how America's the worst place ever and how every community in this country's under attack. Meanwhile, they're also saying we should have an open border. Why? We should close the border if these people are right and protect people from coming into America under false pretenses when they're just going to get attacked. If anything, these people should be the greatest advocates for border security ever born in America because it's so awful. We should wall it off and save people from it. But they don't want to do that either.
They're going to sit there like some sort of idealist and say, oh, I don't know if I can represent USA. Well, then turn in your stuff and leave. This country was built on patriotism. This country was built on the willingness to give your life for the ideals of freedom that we hold dear. And this outline.
These people won't even play sports.
The American flag,
for our
colors
country.
On the American flag stand for three things. Red stands for our resilience and our willingness to give our blood for what we believe in. The blue, truth and justice and steadfastness. We're going to stay the course no matter what. And white, purity and honesty, we seek truth and justice.
No wonder they hate the flag, these
That's
folks.
What we do. And it seems like a bunch of these idealists, Those representing Team USA in the Olympics right now don't believe that. I've had many buddies come back overseas with that flag draped across their coffin. There are many men who gave their lives and gave their blood. There are many women who gave their lives and their blood. Kids who gave up families, gave up their fathers, gave up their mothers, so that we can live in this wonderful free country that we have. And you've got a bunch of clowns crying about it as they're over benefiting and partaking in something that they didn't earn. That was given to them.
These are not people who earned their citizenship. It was not that they obtained it because they're a great skier or a great athlete or that they're a super smart genius. And for some reason, they feel repressed and they're offended to be here. And that's why they want us to be offended when we see them on TV, whether it's the NFL or the Olympics.
Why does it have to be about all of that nonsense in the first place? It doesn't have to be. The whole halftime football with Bad Bunny should have never happened. And I'm going to tell you why. And it has nothing to do with him being Puerto Rican, from Puerto Rico. It has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with them trying to be divisive in this country.
Right.
This is not bringing the country together. They could have picked another artist, someone who's not been controversial, someone who's not been crying and kicking and screaming, talking about, oh my goodness, the MAGA Republicans are doing this, or even the lunatic liberals.
That's what's so frustrating about all of this. It doesn't have to be divisive. The Olympics don't have to be divisive. They shouldn't be divisive. The NFL doesn't have to be divisive. It's America's national pastime. It shouldn't be divisive. But there are people who want it to be that way. That's what's going on here. It is purposeful division, and it's not being led by the people who would actually take time out of their day to watch this stuff.
They're doing that. They could have brought someone in just to perform. You remember when Prince performed? I don't think anybody was complaining about Prince being black. I don't think anybody was complaining about Prince wearing high heels.
Right, nobody cared.
Everybody knew that when Prince was wearing high heels, the women still loved him. It was no question about it. But this whole thing about Bad Bunny during the halftime, the radical leftist lunatic liberals right now, they're all in the uproar because we didn't want to watch it.
Yep.
Because we didn't want to look at it. And you know what? Let me say this too. Bad Bunny did the whole thing in his language, his native tongue, which I don't care about that either.
Yeah, nobody would have cared.
The reason why he was happy to do it in his native tongue, because he could say all the despicable things that he wanted to say, and majority of the people in this country would not know what he's talking about. Have you went and looked at the transcript for his songs? Have you looked at it? All of you black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and then Puerto Rican people, all of you that call yourselves Christians, shame on you. You should know better. You should know better. But you go along with it because you hate Trump so much.
That's what this is all about. The same people who say that America should be more united and that there should be less division in our country and that they don't want a president who's so divisive. I mean, these are the people taking something that we can all get behind, the idea of sports, the idea of wearing our country's flag and doing figure skating or ice hockey or playing football, and they are chopping it right in half, doing everything they can to pit people against each other. That's why these ratings are crashing. That's why they're in the tank. People are going to say the NFL's ratings for the Super Bowl are so high, but you got to understand, a lot of those viewers were captive viewers. They came to watch the game and had to watch the Super Bowl because the place they were at didn't change the channel for them. Anyways, I think this is all pretty wild. I think America's at a major inflection point. What do you think? I'll see you in the next video.